Water.
Earth.
Fire.
Air.
For the longest time, the four nations have lived together in harmony. Under the wise leadership of Avatar Roku, the world has experienced an era of peace and prosperity unlike any other. But with the recent death of Avatar Roku after his volcanic island erupted, members of all four nations feel the winds and tides of change. With the search for the new Avatar only just beginning, the world seems poised on the brink of conflict. But without the Avatar, who will save the world?
Hi, I'm Andrew. I play Mako, a firebender from the Fire Nation.
Hi, I'm Archie. I play Aquila, a bloodbender from the Northern Water Tribe.
G'day, I'm Brandon. I play Rung-Bolo, an earthbender from the Earth Nation.
Hi, my name is Bree and I play Shurva, a weapon specialist from the Fire Nation.
Hi, I'm Dave, and I play Al, an airbender from the Northern Air Temple.
And I'm Owen, the dungeon master of this ragtag group of members of all four nations. Hello! Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Guten Tag.
Archie's bringing the energy tonight. Thank you, Andrew, for sticking with the. I did count from 1 to 3 in German, so Andrew saying Guten Tag is perfect. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the Lost Archives. We have returned for more Avatar Legends after a week off. It is exciting to be back. I had a wonderful holiday up at Fitzroy Islands. I had a week of just doing snorkel, scuba, and lazing about on a beach. It was phenomenal. I have some GoPro footage of the scuba diving because I've never thought to actually put together all the footage at one point, but I've got like a lot of different clips from the various dives I've done over the last 2-3 years. If it's something you think you would be interested in, let me know and I'll edit it. Okay, that's 2 thumbs up from.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I will edit that down into a video and have it
go.
ready to rock and roll.
That's actually 4 thumbs. Just...
Technically 5 if you count Brandon's. Actually.
Yeah.
Mine
I didn't see him.
Just gonna override your actually.
Else, I'll be honest.
Just really thought I'd get in there before you can actually me. Thank you for that, Archie. Yeah, so I'll okay, done. Then I will put together something. I'll put some music to it. That'll be a good excuse to compose some new music. So I'll do that then. Yeah.
My
so
favorite part of your holiday is when you messaged us and said, "Sorry, shitlords chose island life over you."
I did do that, and then I sent a picture of me lazing on a beach, looking happy as shit, with the biggest shit-eating grin I think I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
I should say I was also, I think, probably a cocktail jug deep at that point when I took that photo because I think someone asked like, "Oh, do we have a session tonight?" And that's when I responded.
Yeah, we were all kind of confused and trying to figure out what we were doing, and then you were like, "Sorry, shitlords."
I didn't make it clear enough last week when I said there's no session this week. Have a week off. I wasn't clear enough. I should have been much more specific. So I did follow up.
Yeah, you should have.
Asked.
You look at your phone,
Archie
you're like,
asked because Archie never listens.
Yeah, that's fair.
what? But you also said, yeah, what's going on?
No, I said, "Oh my god, I totally forgot. Yay, now I can play Baldur's Gate."
Mm-hmm.
And I was really happy that we didn't have a session.
Like everyone else. Yep.
Yeah, everyone else
decided to play Baldur's Gate.
I finally bought Baldur's Gate.
Are you enjoying it?
I am enjoying it. I'm playing a multiplayer run through with some of my friends at the same time as doing a single player one, and we have chosen vastly different paths.
Yeah. I find that when you're playing with other people, the path chosen is who can be the biggest dick as quickly as possible.
Well, we didn't like Lae'zel's attitude, so we just left her hanging in the cage.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
And then when we came back and we're like, "Oh, maybe we should rescue it," she was gone. So we've already burned a few bridges.
That's outstanding.
You
I think one of my favorite ones. You just leave it behind. Honestly, I think one of my favorite ones was the Shadowheart gave some sass, and so one of my mates pushed her off the Nautiloid. She's like, yeet. Yeah. Just not dealing with this, like, pushed her off. Like, literally had to backtrack out to the open area again to yeet her off, which is pretty funny.
Oh my god.
I know, it is pretty funny.
I'm doing my run through for one of every class.
Nice.
As in one level in every class? Or...
Yep, to get that achievement.
Oh, it's an achievement.
I gotta get it.
Yeah, see, I'm literally just like leaving one of the like companions, and then at the end when I've got all my levels, I'm gonna like bring him into the party, and then he'll just like level up.
That's a good way to do it. Yeah. Oh, that's fun. I haven't actually played Baldur's Gate 3 for about 2 weeks now, so I definitely need to get back into it.
Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, well, I was just away, and then I also recorded a whole bunch of Wandering
How are the
Village
withdrawal
episodes to like fill the gap while I was away, because Wandering Village is great, and I wanted something calm and peaceful that I could play really easily. Cut to 6 episodes of me stressing the fuck out as I watch Onbu's health just slowly tick down. All my villagers get poisoned. I'm just sort of standing there going, how do I fix this? I'm the one who made all the bad decisions along the way, so like I had to lie in my bed. That's a fun hat, Archie.
God.
What you wearing? Oh, you can make the ears flick as well.
That's so cool.
I feel like that's maybe his daughter's and he's stolen it.
Yeah, 100%. Now, the only thing I do have to announce, there's only 2 announcements for this week. That's very distracting as he does this. Podcast listeners, Archie has like a weird 3-pronged hat with like earphones or earmuffs.
I'm
when you
pretty
pull on the
sure
end, it flicks
it's
them.
got a horn and 2 ears. I'm pretty sure
I think it's a tricorn.
Oh, it is. Yeah, that's right. It is.
Oh, no, they're not ears, they're wings.
They're wings. Yeah, and he flicks little ears. So 2 announcements for this week. The first one, Dave is not joining us tonight. Dave is Dave is having some problems with work at the moment, so he unfortunately won't be able to join us tonight. It doesn't look like he'll be joining us tomorrow night for Return of the Giants either. For both sessions, I will play his character. I'll play Arl for tonight and Harry for tomorrow night. So, yes, Archie, hands up.
What if you switch it up and play Arl for tomorrow night?
And Harry tonight.
And insert Harry into tonight. I don't know how that's gonna work.
Just a fun idea. Just a fun
He's an
idea.
airbender. Storm King's Thunder, is it? Like
No, we're doing an original adventure, Return of the Giants, and Harry is a Harangon, so a rabbit folk rogue, who's been nicknamed more than once the Rabbit from Monty Python. I don't know if he'd fit very well into the world of
He's
Avatar.
a spirit now.
I could do that. There's the murder bunny spirit of Lai Wowo. Yes.
Just what, your bloody head off?
Exactly. So I'll play Al tonight, which means that I'll be taking a bit of a backseat as much as possible. The other announcement I have is if you happen to live in Brisbane, Australia, and you happen to be visiting Brisbane, Australia at around the right time, and you are hanging out on the weekend of the 14th and 15th, so this weekend, this Saturday and Sunday, and you think to yourself, man, I really love watching D&D, but I'd love to see it live. I've got some really good news. On Sunday the 15th at 10:30 a.m, you can come to the Collectors Market at the Distillery Road Markets in Eagleby and watch me do live D&D on stage with people. I'm going to be dressed up in cosplay as my character, a tiefling sorcerer. If you're part of our Discord, you will have already seen about 80% of my costume. I did a quick costume check on the weekend just to make sure it's looking good. I obviously did not paint my full face the week before I returned to work. I know, big down. Yeah, that's it. Unsubscribed. So if you do want to come and see some live D&D and you want to hang out at a really cool collector's market. So the collector's market has loads of stalls. It's going to be lots of stuff, not just D&D and RPG content related. There's also Pokemon cards that are going to be there. Other trading cards as well. Magic the Gathering's got a really big presence. I think there's actually a Magic the Gathering tournament on 2, which would be really cool on the Saturday afternoon. But if you wanted to come on Sunday morning, 10:30 a.m, make sure you come and check it out. It's going to be loads and loads of fun. Hermes D&D, who are a professional D&D service, are the ones who are hosting the event. I'm going to be there as a player, which is really exciting. This is also kind of our first trial of doing live D&D at events. If this goes really well and it's lots of fun, there are options for us to be doing like live sessions as the Lost Archives for future things. So I'll keep you guys posted about that. There is a link appearing in chat right now if you're watching on Twitch to take you to the page if you want to come and check it out. Make sure if you do come after the show's finished, come and say hi. I'm going to be hanging around the markets for a bit, checking out some of the really cool stuff. Andrew has inspired me. I need to buy a whole bunch of dice because Andrew now has way more sets of dice than I do. Andrew, how many sets of dice do you have?
Approximately 30.
Yeah, that's fucked. So I might go and buy another set of dice to take me to a grand total of 5. 30 is excessive. But yeah, come and say hi. If you are there and you're a fan of Lost Archives, don't be shy. Come and say hello. I would love to say hi to each and every one of you who comes to check it out. It'd be really, really cool. We'll hang out, check out some of the cool stalls. I'm also after a really cool DM screen. I know, I think Root and Forge are going to be there, who make basically laser cut wood D&D accessories. So I'm very excited to get a really nice wooden DM screen, because my current one is just the standard one that I bought from the Wizards of the Coast years ago, and it's falling apart now. I've used it quite a bit, as one might imagine. So yeah, come and check it out. It's going to be really, really cool. For those of you who can't make it, I have been informed that it is going to be recorded, this one-shot. I'm not sure yet where it's going to be posted. If I had to make a guess, I think it'll probably be on the Hermes D&D YouTube page, but I may get a copy to share on the Lost Archives YouTube as well. So I'll keep you guys posted when I know more. But yeah, it's going to be loads and loads of fun. So if you are in Brisbane this weekend, this Sunday, come and check it out. It's going to be really cool. And that is all the fun announcements I have to share. So let's jump into the session, unless there was anything particular or anything fun or any announcements people had to make. No, I see blank stares. Perfect. I'll take your... and a thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. Fantastic. All right. Let us jump into the session then. Previously, our story has been following Shurva and Mako of the Fire Nation, Rung of the Earth Kingdom, Aquila of the Water Tribe, and Aal of the Air Nomads. With the recent death of Avatar Roku following the eruption of his volcanic island home, omens of war and conflict seem numerous. The team are currently on the trail of 4 elemental spirits in an attempt to calm their rage and undo the damage done by a careless wish made of the whale spirit of the Seawong Desert. 3 spirits have now been appeased: the Kitsune spirit of water, the Sky Bison spirit of air, and the Badgermole spirit of earth. With only the dragon spirit of fire remaining, the team have been forced to travel west into the heart of the Fire Nation. Making a brief stopover at the volcanic islands that Roku had once made his home, the team learned that the Sun Warriors, ancient firebenders, may know more about the location of the Spirit of Fire. Located far to the northwest of the Fire Nation proper, the journey through the capital has revealed a concerning amount of industry focused on the production of weapons of war. After stopping off in Fire Fountain City, the team split up briefly to restock and gather rumours before making their way across the ocean once again. While Shurva and Rung caught up with a merchant and helped her unload her ship in exchange for a map of the Fire Nation, Mako went searching through the town, stumbling across many soothsayers. After doing a card reading, which warned Mako of incoming danger, he caught up with Aquila, Aal, and the rest of the gang and led them back to the shop across the ways, which seemed to be adorned with many familiar symbols. Symbols they had previously seen on a large piece of petrified wood held by General Zhao. We left off last session as the party were approaching the store, looking at the signs above and noticing a collection of many symbols, some which resemble elements of what could potentially be a tarot deck, others which resemble astrology symbols like Taurus, Pisces, and then these symbols which look very reminiscent of those that you saw etched onto the petrified wood. These swirling patterns that almost look like they are continuous in the way they flow from one to the other. As you were approaching the building, a young woman, roughly about your age, 16, 17 years old, dressed in very typical Fire Nation garb, quite layered cloth with a shawl around one shoulder hanging loose in the traditional dark reds and maroons of the Fire Nation. As you approached, she sort of waved and said, "Oh, wonderful, you're finally here. Come on in," and led you inside the building. And that is where we left off last session. So I think we jump straight back in, exactly where we left off. As the girl disappears inside the building, her dark black hair pulled back into a very tight bun, orange eyes glancing across each of you with a big smile on her face as she disappears back inside the building, leaving the door open. You can see incense rising from the doorway, this sort of wisp of smoke rising up from inside. Inside you can see the flickering of candlelight or open flames. It's hard to tell, but it does look a lot darker inside than outside as you sort of squint for your eyes to adjust. You can't make out too much of the interior of the building from where you're standing. I hand over to all of you. You know you can just talk. You don't need to raise your hand. We're not in primary school. Okay, yes.
Hey, Dad.
Yes. Oh, we're not starting this again, please.
I thought
I'd weaned you off this.
Myself and Aal, we weren't there, correct? Or we?
No, you had caught up with the rest of the group at this point. So you and Aal had headed into town, basically to try and figure out why these guys had taken so long when you'd agreed to only be an hour. As you were coming in through the front gate, I think you bumped into... Mako, who then caught up with Shurva and Rung.
Yeah,
Shurva and Rung had basically traded manual labor. I should say Shurva and Rung. Shurva traded Rung's manual labor in exchange for a map, a really nice map of the Fire Nation, which you now have, as well as a compass, I believe. I think you also exchanged some gold for a compass. But Rung essentially helped unload a trader's ship.
And a spyglass?
When you
Did we
say
get the spyglass?
exchanged coins for, you mean she bought her compass?
Yeah, exactly what he means.
Yeah,
okay,
like
cool.
I don't know why you're calling me out on this. This seems like a very weird thing to.
It's a very.
You confuse me when you're like they exchange services for a map, and then also coins, for.
I would just flex my muscles for an hour and just boom, here's a map. Services.
Look, can we just correct the narrative a little bit? What you did was you flexed your muscles, dropped a crate, and then got called Soy Boy.
It was Sesame.
It was Sesame Boy.
Sesame Boy, that's right.
Because it was sesame oil.
And I kicked him into the water.
Throwback to when he called in sick because he ate too much sesame oil.
Well, he claims that it was the sesame oil, but
What else could it have been?
Probably like the year-old
Not the off food that he had.
Probably wasn't the fondue unsealed the cupboard.
Because I need to fix my inventory because I forgot to put these things in. The compass was an ornate water tribe compass, wasn't it?
Yes, it had been traded from the water tribe, correct.
Yeah, and then the map was just of the Fire Nation.
Yeah, there were a number of maps. You perused a couple. There was a large world map that you were going for more detail.
But we only really needed the fire one, and all the other ones were like out of proportion because they were dependent on who they were done by.
Exactly, and your final, and like I think your reasoning at the time, Bree, which I very much agreed with, was you wanted that detail of the Fire Nation more than you needed the utility of the whole world map.
What we're doing.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
This is the last area we're in. We need to know exactly where we're going to be going. So,
and I think as well. I think you even compared some of the maps, and like some of the islands on the world maps. Sorry, let me rephrase. Some of the islands that were on this very detailed Fire Nation map weren't even bothered to be transcribed onto the world map because they're too small or uninhabited. So yeah, you made a very, very wise decision with that. 100%.
Sick. All right, good to go.
Your subconscious says to you, whispers to you, yes, that was very well done, Bree. Or Shurva. Nicely done, Shurva.
Yeah, I feel really good about it now. Thank you.
There's a lot on my mind.
Self-esteem skyrocketed.
Shurva, very good. That's my inside voice.
I think you might have stepped in some platypus bear shit. Quick look down at your chute. Oh, no, you did. Your subconscious is just correcting. It doesn't want you getting too high, because obviously we all have this like self-sabotaging voice inside of us that doesn't like us feeling too good. We all have that, right? We all have that, right?
You feel really good about yourself now.
Everyone has that.
We all got that.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that is. Any other quick questions for background? Did you want me to describe the street again? So Fire Fountain City, which is where you are currently, is quite a typical modern, for the time, Fire Nation city. It's pretty large, probably population. We're looking at about 8,000 to 9,000 people for a small for a small settlement. There's quite a few people there. And in the very center of the town is a large, essentially like a vent that leads down to these natural gases, which is constantly spewing flame up in a perfect fountain high into the air. Later on in the timeline, so obviously after the 100-Year War, or sorry, I should say at some point during the 100-Year War, Fire Lord Sozin actually builds a statue of himself over this vent, and that is the fire fountain that you see in Avatar the Last Airbender. But this is obviously set well before Sozin has ever been born. This is during the 100-Year War, so that hasn't happened yet.
We've got like 3 days.
You've got like 3 days till Sozin's born? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What?
No, until I die.
You've got a little bit longer than that, but sure.
4?
I think you have 4 days from the timeline. Yeah, you've got a bit of time.
Yeah, I think it was 4 days.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah,
so
we're
it was definitely more like
days.
5.
Wait, so I do die. He didn't deny that bit.
I think at the end of this day, Bree, then you've got 4 days left. So I guess you got 4.5 days. So yeah. If you include all today, 5 days. So
it's you, Mako.
We're just gonna nap. We're just gonna take a week off.
Yeah.
So as our eyes adjust to the dark, what do we see around us?
Are you guys heading inside or staying out of the... Heading inside.
She's like literally like opened the flap and been like, here you go, come in.
Yeah,
Come in.
and then...
It would be rude not to.
Yeah,
I'm
perfect.
just gonna like mention to you guys first and just be like, expecting us? As I'm just sort of wandering in. Like, anyone else find this creepy?
I'll just
Archie.
take charge and walk through first.
I will not be participating.
Okay, cool. We'll offer to stay outside with you and keep your company going. Man, it's just crazy how these people just keep going inside buildings. Like, we came to pick them up so we could keep moving. Like, don't they want to keep us on track? Why are they bothering with this building?
They said they were eager to go, and now they're stopping in every building we walk past. So I don't know.
We just secretly want Mako to die.
Should we just head back to Mango and like just get out of here? I don't know. It kind of feels like what we should do.
Yeah, I think we kind of need Mako though.
That's true. I don't really know. I don't have opinions. But I can't. But that girl, I could gaslight her. Is what Al says.
That's so much more on brand.
As the three of you,
it's like shopping with my mum. It's like, can we go home? It's like another shop, another shop, another shop. Just one more. It's like, oh, I want to go home. That's what I feel like this is like.
Oh, can we gaslight this shopkeeper, ma'am? Is that what it's like? As the three of you head inside, Mako, Rung, and Shurva. As you head inside, your eyes quickly adapt to the gloom. Mako, it's kind of a weird sense of deja vu. This shop looks almost the same as the other. The way that the incense has been lit all around, the candles hung from the ceiling, the special braziers that hold the candle. I just don't want to say that the incorrect way because someone made fun of me last time I did it. Yeah, I said it that way one time and I got.
Yeah.
Braziers.
Yeah, I was given
braziers everywhere.
Yeah, I was correct. Let's put it that way. I was corrected for that. Braziers hanging down, like holding candles. The incense that is lining the walls is far less overpowering than the other soothsayer's shop that you'd gone into. However, that smell of that kind of sulfurous gas, that this massive gas pocket that is there's leaking gas all around the town here. Pretty pungent. The incense not quite covering it up, giving this kind of bitter smell, this very slight, subtle nausea that you can't quite put your finger on. It takes you a little bit to notice until finally you sort of realize, oh, it's the gas that I'm smelling. In the very center of the room is a large vent in the floor, leading down to what probably is the old volcanic tunnels deep beneath the town. The girl who led you in heads over towards the back of the room and takes a seat in the large armchair, leaning back into it and getting comfy, as she then bounces up a few times and then goes, "Great, well, come in, take a seat, and I can get started on your reading."
I don't have any money per se on me. I don't have time for labor. Is this going to cost anything?
Yes. Yes, obviously it's going to cost money.
Shurva.
The two of us just look at Shurva like we're just both inwards.
If I might venture, clearly you've travelled far to come here, some of you farther than others. And it's been a hard journey. You've faced many trials. But I'm sure that you have some spare funds. I mean, it's worth knowing the future. Forewarned is forearmed. And can you really put a price on knowledge?
I mean, can you?
Well, yeah.
University, you can put a price on knowledge. I've heard.
I do put a price on knowledge. This is a price set by my grandmother, whose store this is, and that price is for a full reading, 1 gold piece per person. Okay.
And how full of shit are you?
How dare you? This shop, this house of wisdom and knowledge has one of the purest connections to the spiritual gases that rise from deep beneath the earth.
Yeah.
Yes, so that you may breathe deep and be granted the wisdom.
Hallucinate, yeah.
Can I sniff
That's
the
true.
air?
They work. I definitely saw some spirits.
Yeah, Rung, you take a big breath in.
Spirits everywhere.
I saw Roku, and then I saw
your imagination. Yeah.
Is your creation.
Anyway.
As Rung takes a big breath in, Rung, there's this moment of nausea, very similar to when you last sipped on some sesame oil that strikes deep within your stomach. That you then quickly manage to get a grip on yourself and overcome.
Familiar, but not as bad as sesame. Got it.
Cool. So, Shurva, what are we going to spend the money on if it's not here?
Aren't we going to the city?
No, we're avoiding that, remember?
True.
If you guys aren't interested in a reading, you can just leave.
No. I am. I'm persuading. Give me a sec.
But you were expecting us. Why? I sit on the chair and I try to.
Wrong, sweetie. They all say that.
Yeah. But why?
I was given a glimpse. My spiritual guide told me that 5 young travelers would be passing.
What's their name?
My spiritual guide?
Yeah.
Su Li.
Suli, you can't be serious.
I am
Suli is always serious. She is sure and steadfast in her guidance for me, and she told me that 5 young travelers would be moving through and would seek my guidance.
Cool.
But 2 of them haven't come in. Are they? She tries to crane and look out the door.
Oh, they're not interested.
I
think the smell gets
Suli
to
did
them.
mention there would be doubters among the group and those who were unwise enough to seek the guidance.
Can you just explain to us the symbol on top of the door?
Which one? There's a lot.
The one that sort of loops up and down and side to side. It's like a knot.
Ah. It is an ancient mystical symbol that signifies wholeness of body and mind. And fortune.
Can you draw
Anything
it from
else?
memory if you are so certain of this symbol?
The symbol is one that exists outside of memory. No one person can capture its essence in the same way each time they draw it. You can see panic starting to enter into her eyes with that question. That was good. That was fucking nice.
Can I?
Sounds like you'd like to assess a situation.
Or, no, maybe assess the situation. Yeah, I'd like to assess the situation before I try calling someone out.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, we're gonna have our first call out.
I'm like, yeah,
You haven't asked her name yet.
That one yet.
Have we called anyone out
name?
so far?
Okay, I got 6.
You got 6. That's a miss. Okay, Rung. As you, I'm gonna say that it's the problem is you get a big breath in of this gas right as you go to say I guess it's as you go to have a bit of a look around, you go, and then your eyes begin watering and stinging, and you have to kind of wipe the stinging wetness out of your eyes before you can even see anything properly again. Sorry, what did you say, Shurva? You asked her what her name was.
Yeah.
My name's She. S-H-E-E. My full name's Shiyan, but I just go by She.
Fair enough. Okay, well, who wants to do a reading?
Have you already done a reading today?
Come, noble spirit. Wait.
You're just hoping for a better one?
You haven't been in here today yet, have you?
Coin?
They overrate each other, really? Like if you get one and then you get another one, then the most recent one is more correct, right? Yeah.
Does it stack?
I mean...
Yes, it does. But the quality of the reading, you must have a higher quality reading second. So you, my young friend, have been very wise in coming to me second.
What makes you more qualified than the person across the road?
More gas, as she points down at the vent, seeping this volcanic gas into the room. Can I just say, for those of you who are following along and might not and be sitting here going, what the fuck are you doing here, Owen? This is genuine Avatar lore. 5000 City in this time was full of soothsayers who were breathing in volcanic gas to see things. No joke. I am not making this up.
How did this population survive? They just got a gas leak in their house.
I don't think they did. I do suspect the town was renovated when Sozin came in and found literally Pompeii, all these bodies preserved in the sulfur.
Their lungs are just like the only thing that doesn't decompose when they die.
They were actually able to. They were able to use the lungs as fuel for the warships. They contain so much like soot.
The giant old Pete will burn it for days.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just hilarious. This is a thing. From the from the actual like thing. I think this is back when it was called Chungling. I think that's what it was actually called at that point in time. And then later it was called Fire Fountain City. Alrighty. You were going to ask a question, Bree.
I would like to assess the situation.
Yeah, fucking go for it.
No, just have blind faith like
10.
an idiot.
What would you like to know? You can ask me 2 questions. Ask of me your questions too.
Is there any good sources of information in the room, like a book or anything like that, that would have to do with this symbol?
That's a very good question. As you have a bit of a look around, yes, there are bookshelves behind the chairs where she's sitting filled with various books. The spines aren't always marked with like published names. Often they're leather-bound journals and it's hard to know exactly what the book might be about. But as you have a bit of a look around, the sheer number of books here, we're looking at probably 200 books across these 4 or 5 bookshelves. Surely one of them has to have some information on symbology. You'd think, like this is kind of the place where you'd find it. I would also add, she mentioned that it was her grandmother's shop. And your second question, what do you want to sit on it?
Where is her grandmother?
Her grandmother does not appear to be in the room, but you can see a curtain covering what looks to be a door frame, as the curtain sort of moves occasionally in the wind that entered the room as you opened the door and came in. You can see the stairs leading to an upstairs, and from outside the building you could see that this is a 3-story townhouse. So, I mean, if she's not downstairs, she could be upstairs if she's in the house.
She took her last deep breath.
Jesus Christ. What is this mood you're in? Who wrote barbecue in chat?
We can call this episode, We're in the Fume Hood.
Oh, hey.
So you said this is your grandmother's shop. Why are you working the shop front and not your grandmother?
I'm at the nexus, the crossroads of my development of my third eye. And
I think it's because she's younger and she's like a nicer face.
She pauses as you say that, looks very sharply at you, Mako, and goes, "No, I'm at an important crossroads in my training, and it is imperative that I see as many people as possible to help develop my third eye and my aura. Thank you very much." So you're just a
trainee?
No, I'm not. We are all on a lifelong journey to learn as we grow. Some of us are further along than others. Some of us haven't made a step at all, as she stares at you, Shurva.
How much would it cost for your grandmother to give us a reading instead of you? She sounds like she's a lot more wise.
Some of us just
I don't know. I think I can see a third eye showing. I think she might have this.
No, you breathe through any fumes that happened to me earlier.
Oh, okay, damn. I was running, her face is melting. Go on.
Yeah, Rungy watches like one side of her face slowly starts dripping onto the floor. No, that doesn't happen. You haven't been in here long enough for the hallucinations to start. She sort of like gives a bit of a sigh and goes, "Why does everyone always ask for grandma? What am I doing wrong? Am I not like mystic enough?"
You make up bullshit answers.
That's what this is, she says as she looks at you, the act kind of dropping a bit. She's like, "What do you think's happening here?"
With age comes wisdom, so like you just get like a sense of like wisdom from like that, and it's just like I tried
putting like white ash in my hair to make me look older, and then it just made the customers sneeze. I tried like drawing wrinkles on, but then people kept saying they could see like my 5th and 6th eye in the wrinkles, and I got really offended by that. What am I doing wrong here?
I feel like Catch a Liar just worked really well.
I'm gonna. I sort of did it unofficially.
Hook, line, and sinker.
You said before you were gonna try and do it, so I was happy to import Catch a Liar.
Nice.
It's all bullshit. People are breathing in gas and seeing shit. I'm just trying to make a buck, all right?
I don't hate that.
Okay, then where's your grandma?
She's upstairs taking a nap. She's 80.
Ah.
Okay, do you actually know anything about this symbol? And I just like draw it in the dirt in front of her.
How well do you remember it?
Pretty well.
I feel like that's what you would say. However,
I could draw it out. Then
Draw it in real life.
Okay, I take 2 steps outside. I check above the fucking door. What do you want
you
from
like
me?
grab her by the scruff of the neck, and go, that symbol, you shit.
That one.
I think it's in one of the books Granny showed me. I can go wake her up. She's been napping for long enough. It's almost midday. Do you want me to go wake her up?
I would be happy just to have a look at the book, but if you don't know which one it is and your grandma would be able to help, absolutely, I would be happy with that.
I've got no
We just want to know more about the symbol.
I've got no fucking clue which book
go
it
wake
is.
her
There's
up.
so many books here. Like,
Okay,
do you know
sweet.
how many times I have to open up books and like tell people? Okay, as Mako
pretend to
begins
care.
as Mako begins like essentially being like, move along, sir, just gesturing her to shuffle. She's like, all right, fine. Jesus, you don't have to be rude about it. She wouldn't say Jesus.
Don't mind him.
Flamey, come on, I'll go do it then. She heads upstairs.
Flamio.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. A few moments. I don't.
Flamio,
What's a
man.
Fire Nation swear word? What would it be?
Avatar.
Blood and ashes.
I guess instead of
Yeah,
God,
blood,
it'd be like Lords.
Blood and ashes is good. Blood and ashes. All right, I'm getting to it. And she heads upstairs. A few moments
Bloody
later,
hell.
you hear the sound of footsteps coming down the stairs, and you watch as the young lady, she leads a very old woman. Her eyes dense with cataracts, leads her down the stairs and over towards the couch. She sits her down. The woman looks around and goes, "Oh, is that my Okar? Okar, it's been so long." And she places a hand on Rung's face and caresses your face, Rung.
Yes, it has been a while, hasn't it?
Why's your voice sound so feminine, Okar?
Puberty.
Oh, Okar, I missed your jokes. Gran, that's not Okar, it's a customer. Fucks, come on, Grandma.
Huh?
A customer? Oh, good. Who wants a reading? Give me your hand.
I grab Shurva's hand and put it in hers.
Okay, perfect. The girl, she gives you a look, Shurva, with an eyebrow raised, a bit of a smile, knowing that you could not believe less in this shit. As the old woman takes your hand, her hands are surprisingly soft despite the calluses and wrinkles that mark her skin. And as she traces a arthritic finger, over your palms. Yeah, like, let me trace your lifeline with my salad fingers. As she traces your...
Sounds like a record.
I like the feeling of old women's fingers on my salad fingers. As she... Everyone's seen salad fingers by now. Come on, if that's an unusual reference to you, I apologize.
No, it's just a flashback.
I know. They're still making them. One came out like 4 days ago. 5 days ago.
It was good.
I didn't.
What?
I'm too traumatized. As she traces your palm, she goes, "Ah, I see from your hands you've held many weapons. A warrior. One who has
Yes, my hands are
fought."
calloused.
She like pauses for a second. And strong. However, I can feel by your mood line that you are short of temper and patience, prone to rushing into situations and not thinking through the consequences.
Because I interrupted you and told you I had calloused hands, yes. We know I'm short-tempered. Move on.
And by this long line here, I can tell that you're a bit of a bitch. No, she didn't say that. She didn't say that.
It's really good.
I couldn't resist. Yes, I see the bitch line is strong here. Yes, it does seem to intersect with the forever alone line and the no friends line. It's fascinating, really.
And here I can see you will have 6 cats.
Ah, yes, your lifeline indicates you will die alone. No, I shouldn't say that, obviously.
Read between the lines, Granny. Read between the lines.
Yes, and here I can see that you are often having to leap to the defense of others and look after a rather difficult charge, just like my Okar. That'll be 2 gold. Granny, they want to know about the future too.
My headset. Oh,
Granny. What was it? Sorry, Bree?
Her headset died.
I probably should wait, seeing as this is directly talking to her character. But part of me also wants her to come back in right as we say something really weird. So as soon as she goes to put the headset back on, can you guys all laugh? And I'm going to say just a random word. And I just want to see how she...
No, she's gone.
She's actually just left.
She's just gone.
Well, she's. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say the grandmother gets distracted again and starts stroking Rung's face again. And why is your beard so pathetic?
It's not pathetic.
It used to be so full, I could get my fingers tangled in its long threads.
I've been brushing it so often every day.
And your biceps, why have they shrunken into wet noodles? As she gives, you are a very muscular guy. She gives your biceps a squeeze. Goes, oh, it is a shame.
I eat protein on the hour, every hour.
As she's nudged by she goes back to Shurva and looks down and goes, what? Granny, she wants to know about her future. Oh yes, sorry, I got distracted. Oh, car. Oh, sorry, yes. Let me have a look here. Yes, you have a great destiny in store for you. I see a brave warrior leading the charge against many enemies, lesser. You will fight and vanquish them and rise through the ranks. There's one more thing she'd say. And yes, you will. I see you will be a general. Yes, a commander of the Fire Nation forces, the bravest warrior that we will have. She nudges her again and goes, do you think maybe that's probably a bit too much? Maybe wheel it back a little bit? Yes. You will be competent at your job and acceptable, and you will achieve some of the things you set out to do, and some of them you won't. You'll forget about. And you'll move on. Okay. And you'll have 6 children and 2 cats. 2 canaries. Catnaries.
Oh, God.
Cat autos, but that's okay.
Sounds like a loud household, Trevor.
Anyway.
Hey, I wasn't expecting that. That's news to me.
Yeah.
What, the cats or the children?
Children.
Now, just as
me too.
Just as I have crossed your palms, now too must gold cross mine. And she holds out her hand.
2?
Yes.
You were told 1.
No.
You did get 2 readings though. You got past
but the real reason we wanted you down here was about the symbol on top of the door.
Which one?
Give it the 2 gold.
The knot, sort of like a circular-ish thing. I'm assuming it's the one for the Lost Archives. That's what you said earlier.
No, it's the one next to his name.
The one next to his name.
The circle with the 2 swirls.
So it's
cool.
Yeah. So for those of you watching on Twitch or on YouTube, you'll notice that everyone gets the symbol of their bending, and then I have a different symbol next to my name as the DM. It is that symbol. So essentially, imagine a circle with 2 spirals coming in from opposite ends, which cross over just before they hit the middle, and then curl into a full spiral on either side.
General had, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
They look like peanut hair.
They look like what, sorry?
Peanut's hair.
From Snoopy.
They do, actually. That's gonna... Yep. They do. Yeah, I mean, if you want to describe it in a way that's less mystical, sure. As she nods and goes, yes, an ancient symbol, one I saw as a young girl on a piece of stone that looked like maybe a branch of a tree. It was a large section of wood that had turned to stone, had a symbol in the very center. It used to sit in a temple not far from here, but I believe it went missing many years ago.
What temple?
Oh, just up the hill on the edge of the bluffs. I believe it's called the Hilltop Temple. If it had a name, it's been long forgotten.
Did it mean anything?
Well, there's many stories around the symbols that are used in these very old incantations and markings. And this one... As her head drops, and she begins snoring.
Did she have too much gas?
Can she just give us the book?
Huh? Oh, well, what was that? Oh, car! She begins stroking Rung's face again.
Do you have a book with this symbol in it?
The circle.
What symbol?
The circle with, like, the intercrossing.
Oh, the marking of spirit bending. Well, yes.
Can I have that book, please?
No, I lost it long ago.
Okay, wonderful.
I could draw it, though. I have a journal here somewhere.
No, that's all good.
We know what the symbol looks like.
We know what the symbol looks like. It's fine.
Yes, legends speak of a time long ago when lion turtles were our home, and they could provide gifts of the bending powers before the spirits granted us and taught us the way to learn bending by ourselves. And what they did was bending not of the body, but of the spirit, and this symbol was said to represent it, the mark of spirit bending itself.
I was definitely expecting her to nod off halfway through that.
Yeah, same.
I realize there's a point where it goes from being funny to being frustrating, and I like to walk the line but not cross it wherever I can.
Start just shaking this old lady. You're like, tell us what the temple is.
Elder abuse. As you shake it.
Okay, well, I don't think we're going to get much more use here unless you two want readings of any kind.
Excuse me, I know
I got
Have
really
some more gas.
There must be more things you want to know.
Can you override my last reading? Is that like a thing you can do?
Oh, have I done your reading already, young man?
Yeah, you told him he's doomed.
Me?
No.
Yeah, you.
Well, if I told him he's doomed, then he's doomed. There's nothing for it. Best walk into the ocean, young man. Get it over quickly. She nudges her grandmother. Grandmother, repeat customers, remember? Oh, yes. Yeah, I can maybe check and see if your fate has been averted, young man. And maybe provide you with a symbol of protection to prevent yourself suffering a fate worse than a fate worse than a fate worse than death.
I was ready to make him some stone shoes. I can still do that for you. Like, there's no going back. Like,
Jesus.
Fate's fate.
Oh, my Oka, you used to be able to make stone boots, not stone shoes. As she, like, caresses your face again. Why have your skills fallen so?
I've gotten better than stone thongs. Ones that go on your feet for American viewers. not that type of stone.
Yeah. I'm happy. I'm just.
You're doomed, boy. Why are you happy?
I'm happy to just go. I don't think there's much changing it. There's a lot happening.
I also feel like she's not going to give us very good information.
No.
Everyone around here seems a bit,
What happens if I just take another deep breath?
No. Don't do it. It's not worth it. I'm walking out the door. Well, thank you very much.
I'm also walking out the door and I'm grabbing you and pulling you out with me.
Yeah, that's fair.
While this has been going on, Aquila, you've been hanging out the front with Al.
Correct.
What have you guys been
Archie
doing?
has Owen on Steam.
What was that?
Do you have Archie? Do you have Owen on Steam?
I don't know.
Why? What?
No reason.
No reason.
What? Why am I nervous? What's going on?
Nothing's going on.
He just opened Yu-Gi-Oh! And it came up at the bottom of my screen, and then you turned to him and gone, Archie, what are you doing?
That was actually just pure coincidence. I didn't get that notification because I have notifications turned off when I'm streaming.
I don't think it was me anyway, guys. It must have been another Archie.
What have you been doing while this has been going on? Have you been believing in the heart of the cards?
Yeah. I'm curious if there's like places around.
Yeah.
That are a bit suspicious.
There are.
Could you roll me? Assess the situation, please.
No, I should have asked a better question.
But like, you know that if you're asking
all
about,
trying to scam you for money.
I don't know what. Ignore that. I hit nothing. I just hit the dice.
It looks like a miss though.
Yeah, but I just hit a dice.
Yeah, but what's it plus? What's your plus for assess the situation?
I got a 6 anyway. It's a miss.
I mean, as you look around, I mean, there's a lot of soothsayers here. There's a lot of people visiting the various fortune tellers and soothsayers in this city.
Yeah.
I mean, they must be good if everyone's going to them all the time.
I mean, fair.
Maybe the soothsayers are second to the high in gas.
The gas export.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just got not much to do then.
Yeah.
So
Okay. I was going to invite you. I was going to invite you to go and grab some extra supplies. He notices a bakery not too far down the road, and I was going to head off and trade.
Maybe we can get some mango tarts.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, okay.
Perfect. You guys head in. You spend a couple of gold, probably a couple of silver or copper to get some mango tarts.
Yeah.
Perfect. Easy done. By the time you get back, the party are
wait, hang on.
Hello.
We don't have money.
I think Al has a little bit.
Nope.
Okay, as you step into the shop, the delicious smell of mango tarts gently wafts towards you, pulling you in. And as you look over the display of baked goods, your stomachs begin rumbling expectantly. At that point, Al reaches and goes, "I'll have 3 of your finest mango tarts, storekeep." The shopkeeper, an older gentleman, nods, smiles, reaches down, packages up 3 mango tarts, places them on the counter, and then goes, "Right, well, that'll be 2 silver."
Hang on, let me see if I can do something.
How to bloodbend a shopkeeper to give
Trick?
him
Would I use trick to try and lie? I want to try and tell him that one of the merchants would be paying for it.
Sure. You can roll trick an NPC. Of course you can.
That'd be trick?
Yeah, that'd be trick. Definitely.
Come on, baby.
Trick or treat.
Very appropriate.
That's not working.
What is it? That's a 5. Give me your best, worst, convincing that someone else is going to pay for something.
The person at the shop just down the next to us, it's for them, and they said that they were going to pay you back today.
What? That shop's been closed for over 2 months. What are you talking about, boy?
I don't know.
Are you trying to lie to me?
No, they asked, and I said that I would come and talk to you about it.
Are you doubling down on the lie? I'll sort of like shake his head, goes, "Oh, I'm really sorry. So we'll come back. We'll come back with some money."
I'll use your superpowers now. Go.
I
cast light.
Would Al fill the room with clouds to steal food? Probably not.
No, he's just gonna gaslight.
Gaslight.
Oh, gaslight. We've already paid you.
Gaslight powers.
we already paid you. What? No, you didn't. Yeah, we did. We paid you just before. Have you been breathing in too much of the volcanic gas again? No. Hang on. You haven't paid me any money yet. Yeah. We just paid you then. You tucked it into your pocket. There's nothing in my pocket. Well, it must have fallen out. How long are you going to make me do this for?
That was good.
It's pretty good.
No, that's alright. That'll do.
That'll do.
Did you say around about this time we would be coming out of the other shop?
Yeah.
No, you guys are in there forever, it feels like.
It was
Well,
only
how would you notice, mate? You were playing fucking
conversation.
Yu-Gi-Oh in the background.
I wasn't playing you guys. I just opened it, thank you.
Don't gaslight the gaslighter. I'm all right now. I gaslight harder than anyone right now.
Play a real game like Magic.
Ooh,
Pass.
shots
Turn
fired. As you exit the building, Al quickly like steps out, looks and like waves to you guys to come down really quickly.
I just wave back.
No.
Shurva,
we need silver.
This whole town has been Shurva.
What are you trying to buy?
Mango tarts, Shurva.
We need five silver.
Enough for all of us?
Yeah, we're buying 4. They're 5 silver for 4.
Yes. Al nods.
Al, you wouldn't lie to me, would you?
I can't believe you would ask me that question. That's a really insulting question
why would he lie
to
to
ask. Why? Yeah, why would I? What reason do I have to lie to anyone? In fact, why would you be so suspicious about it?
You're talking so much. Normally you would just say, I'm not lying.
But he's not lying.
Maybe, okay, but like, we just wanted to get some mango tarts.
Shurva, leave him alone.
That's okay. We can go get some mango tarts, but don't lie to me about the price. Let's get enough for everyone.
Yeah, we're getting 4.
And some extras for mango.
Can't believe I didn't think of mango. All right, quick, let's come in and get some mango tarts.
Wait, I thought he got 3, 1 for each of them and 1 for mango.
Yeah, it was 1 for. Yeah, but he's now trying to like pretend that he thought of pies for everyone. As you head on in, there are enough mango tarts that you can buy enough for everyone. Essentially, it'll cost 1 gold for 6 mango tarts, so each person gets 1 plus mango.
Yay!
I pass a gold over to the shopkeep.
The shopkeeper takes it.
69 gold in my inventory. We're not buying anything else.
Goes, yep. So now you've got the 1 gold and 2 silver. So, the shopkeeper goes, "You've only paid me a gold, and the 2 silver before that we paid you." Okay.
Can I borrow 2 silver, please, Shurva?
For what?
You wouldn't understand. I'll explain it to you later.
Okay, I hand you 2 silver.
And can someone distract him just for a second?
Wow, this is a mighty fine bakery that you're running. What else do you guys normally like have in here? Because like some of these shelves are pretty empty.
Baked goods.
What kind of baked goods?
I throw the 2 silver behind him.
I'm definitely gonna get you to roll push your luck.
Does he at least get like advantage because I'm distracting?
Yeah, I should get 2.
You should get 2 rolls. That's not how it works in this game.
No, plus 2. Plus
you don't
2.
get plus. No, you don't get plus 2. That's not how it works in this game.
Alright, plus 1.
You're not. That's not how this works.
It's like haggling.
You don't haggle. That's not how this works.
Doesn't matter. I don't need it.
You don't need it. 11, absolute success. So you just quickly flick the 2 gold behind, the 2 silver behind him. As he sort of.
There they are.
What? Oh, and he looks up, his cheeks colouring red. I'm so sorry. I could have sworn you didn't hand me anything.
It's okay. Everyone makes mistakes.
Everybody has those days.
We're pretty used to people thinking the worst of us, you know. Just is what it is. There's no other way to pay us back. As I look over at like another sweet thing on the shelf. You just look at him, look at the sweet thing on the shelf.
He reaches down, picks up the 2 silver, and passes it to Al with, I'm so sorry, my boy. You did try to tell me that you'd handed me gold, and I ignored you. I'm so sorry. Al just nods, takes it, and goes, thank you. It takes a big man to admit when he's wrong.
We all learned something here. Well, guess we should go now.
It's because we're youths.
Rung, do you want that, Rung?
No, it's fine. No, I don't need it. It's okay. I guess, just survive. I've just been, mistrusted for being an earthbender again. It's okay.
Cool. Anyway, let's go.
Okay then. If you don't really want it, we can go then. Let's go.
As you guys,
let's
you guys head back out, Al turns to you guys and goes, "So, what'd you guys learn from the? Did you get a lead on what the symbol means? Like, what would you learn? Did you find out your features?"
There's a temple up on the hill that we can.
Shurva's gonna have 6 kids and 2 like canary cats.
Yep.
Canaries. You know they poop everywhere, right?
I'm not gonna have 6 kids and 2 canaries.
So do I.
Old.
They also said that I was going to be a general, and I've never seen a female general, so...
The generals gathered in their masses, just saying.
Anyway, they know a little bit about the symbol. It's a symbol of spirit bending, and they said we can probably find some more information at the temple, but they weren't very useful.
Whoa, hang on. You don't think the abilities we've gotten are from spirit bending, do you?
Nah.
Okay.
That's crazy.
One doesn't equal 2. It's fine.
Okay.
You've been sucking up too much gas.
Yeah,
I have been breathing it in. It's pretty toxic. I did create like a little air bubble around myself. Did you guys want an air bubble to protect yourself from the gas? I didn't ask before. But...
No, I'm good. That's too late for me.
I think I'm immune now. Plus, it can't be from spirits because I've been near spirits and I haven't got anything. So, case closed. Not it.
Yeah, you're just not cool enough.
No, I am cool enough. I'm
cool.
and muscly and amazing. Just,
Uh-huh.
It's just not from spirits, is all I'm saying. It's probably something else. The water or being up in the air too long.
Not as good as Okar, though. You'll always know that deep in your heart. Not as good
How
as
does Okar make stone boots?
As you guys begin heading back towards the center of town, you can see that the town is on the coastline, obviously, because that's the docks was where Shurva and Rung had spent the last session. The coastline continues, this sort of half-moon bay with a half beach, continues around before rising up to some rocky bluffs in the distance. Looking through, it's actually on the way back to where Mango is. In fact, if you'd walked along the coastline, you probably would have bumped into the temple on your way here, but you guys ended up taking a more direct route to get here. So it's not even that far away.
I say one more time-wasting stop.
Yes.
Yeah, we're not in a rush or anything. It'll be fun.
If it's on the way.
If it's on the way, we can just stop in and see if there's anything of interest there. If there's any books or anything we can just grab to read on the go, like just get some more information.
Loot a temple.
Sounds good to me.
That won't anger any spirits, I'm certain of it.
That has caused us no problem.
Okay, listen though, if we anger a spirit while we're in the Fire Nation, which spirit are we most likely to anger? The spirit of the Fire Nation. Which one are we trying to find? The spirit of the Fire Nation. Therefore, let's go loot a temple.
Let's go loot a temple.
I can't believe
all the temples we find in the Fire
I can't believe we just figured this out.
I can't believe that I'm...
Sure, but you're the smartest one here. You're the smartest one here.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly I've been around the gases a little bit too long.
Take a big breath in. Begin choking on the noxious fumes. Perfect. As you guys begin heading up and around the bluffs, the journey takes you about half an hour before the forest line breaks, and you can see an old dilapidated temple sitting on the edge, perched on the edge of the cliff face. The pathway to it once would have led to the village is now overgrown, covered and choked with weeds and with ferns that have grown to cover and hide the pathway. The temple itself looks to be in reasonably good condition.
Oh.
Given that clearly no one is living here anymore, given that clearly no one visits much here anymore. I mean, as you have a bit of a look around, you see no sign of tracks, any recent tracks, I should say, leading to the temple from the town. It's a 3-story pagoda-style building. No walls on the second and third story, just on the lower story. And you can see that the upper stories probably are hard to access. It looks like there's a ladder leading up to the top stories, up to the roof of the pagoda from inside, but that ladder has rotted away and has partially collapsed. The lower floor itself, you can see where the door has broken in on its hinges, and several of the windows, which would have once been covered with these beautiful painted rice paper coverings, have now been torn by strong winds or storms, or wind and water together have just destroyed them and eroded them. There's still a sense of calm and quiet, though, despite looking like it's been partially ruined and reclaimed by nature. The area around is quiet. Birdsong seems much softer. There's a sense of, I'd say maybe a presence, a feeling of a presence as you approach the temple. A sense of, calm and quiet.
Yeah, this is definitely it. We needed to come here. Worth the detour, guys. You feeling the calmness?
It's awakening. Like, I feel just fresh.
Like you could do something for spirit right now.
Yeah.
Look around behind me, see if we're spotting spirits.
Are you gonna make a "this is how it feels to visit dilapidated temples" jokes, like a 5-gum reference? I feel like I can hear it coming. I'm just gonna get in before.
But yes, now.
Yes, now.
This is how it feels to visit calm, quiet places. It's just a dude sitting in a meadow meditating.
Just Bob Ross sitting there with like a painting.
This is how it feels to respectfully embrace nature. What would you guys like to do?
Yeah, I'll approach and try to head in.
Yeah, I'll follow behind.
Are the doors like locked?
No, the doors have half fallen off their hinges.
Oh, I push Al in first.
Do you?
No. As
Do
is
you?
tradition.
I need to know this. Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As is tradition.
As
I know
Al,
it's not my
as
tradition.
Al comes up to look inside and peeks in and goes, "Wow, it doesn't look very stable," and you just push him from behind. Al stumbles into the temple, and as he turns back to look at you, a soundless scream comes from his mouth, and you watch as his skin slowly begins to peel off, strips at a time.
Knew I should
No,
go
it
in
doesn't
first.
happen. As you push Al and he stumbles, kicks what probably was once a chair or a table, like gets his footing, stands up and looks back and goes, "Well, that was rude."
But the doors didn't close behind you, so you're all good.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm fine.
There's no
And then
malevolent
he watches
spirit
his
in here.
skin begins to peel. No,
Oh my god.
No, he looks around and goes, "No,
It's always Raiders of the Lost Ark with you.
I think I'm okay." His head just bubbles.
I'm assuming it's quite dark inside, isn't it?
Actually, because the upper floors have no walls, sunlight streams in, and the window coverings are gone. It's actually pretty well illuminated.
Sweet. What can we see?
As you peer in and look around, you can see that clearly this was once a very well cared for temple. It would have been very opulent. Along the walls, you can see that there are what look to be almost like painted frescoes. But the paint in sections has peeled and cracked, and it almost looks like they've been painted on canvas that's then been hung up over the top of the wall. Over time, it's peeled away and been damaged. But Shurva, you can almost glimpse what looks like patterns or paintings behind this canvas covering along the 3 walls.
I can burn it away.
Last time we seen a fresco like this
Ben
was in a
Hopper.
temple in the Water Nation.
A little spark in the whole.
And there was a fresco in that
Flames.
temple. There's a fresco in this temple. Coincidence?
I
think temples
not.
like frescoes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's how you keep a temple
Very
fresh.
astute observation of you.
Hey, Detective Rung is still here. He's
Is-
taking a backseat.
Al writes down temples have frescoes on a rock and throws it to you.
Good. We're gonna need that note.
If we really need to get to the second floor, Shurva can just use a whip and pull us all up.
Oh.
Anyway, it doesn't retract like the play. You know that, right? Like you remember this, like the fact versus the fiction, right?
What do you mean? I mean, like, you go up first, like, hook it up, and then you drop it down for us, and we climb up the whip.
How do you expect me to get up there?
That's a problem that you're gonna have to figure out with your athletic ability.
It's not like a grappling hook. Like it's a whip. Calm down. Is there any like books, scrolls, bookcases, anything, or any symbols potentially on the ground anywhere?
As you have a bit of a look around the ground, I'm going to get you to roll me and assess a situation. Well, you don't just get stuff for free. I've given you so much for free already. Yes,
Oh,
live
give
long
it
and
all
prosper,
to me for
Andrew.
free.
That may help.
Like
Is there a way to
what?
take off the canvas off the wall?
Is there anything on the canvas on the wall? Is that what you're asking?
No, like you said, there's something on the like put on top in front of the walls.
Yeah.
Yeah, the canvases are like hung up on the walls. It looks like there might be
It's
something
almost-
behind the
It looks
canvases.
like the canvas has almost been glued onto the wall.
If I like had a knife or like something,
Yeah.
say like a water tribe knife, bone
Yeah.
knife that I nearly gave away, would
Yeah.
I be able to like peel it off
100% you
I've
would. Of
seen-
course you would.
just
I've
to
seen
see
this
what's
in
behind there?
Baumgartner restorations. Do it all the time. You get a scalpel and they peel off like the.
Yeah. What, sorry?
Just
It's a channel called Baumgartner Restorations, and he's just
no,
a
no.
restorer.
What would you call it?
What tool
What's the
do they
implement?
use?
What's the implement that they use?
He'd use a He's used a scalpel. So if
Hey, you got it. You got it that time. You got it that time. You nailed it. You said scalpel last time.
Yeah, I think I said it. I was like, I fucked that up.
We all honed in on
no
that
one's gonna know
so quick.
We're like, that
So-
is right there.
So Dave's done one that he's committed to in Return of the Giants that is hilarious, which is he pronounces rapier, which I do kind of love, but also he's like, I get out my rapier, and I'm sitting there like, Dave.
When I was running a campaign, I didn't know how to say fishmonger. I was like fishmongrel. I said something like that.
Fishmongrel.
Yeah, they're like, what'd you
That's
say?
good.
It's a fishmongrel.
Not a fishmonger. He just added in some extra letters for fun. It's good.
The way
It's
it
good.
was spelled, it was great.
Yeah.
I'll start trying to peel back areas that are not like have nothing on the front, and I'll see if there's anything behind them.
Perfect.
And I rolled a 7.
Alrighty. So your question was, what's on the floor? Well,
Is there any,
specifically, you're asking
symbols
about
on the floor, or
symbols.
is there
Yeah.
any like scrolls or books anywhere?
As you have a bit of a look around, Shurva, you find a few tattered remains of what were probably once prayer scrolls. As you flick through them, you can see that these are pretty standard Fire Nation prayers. So one of the things that the very spiritual members of the Fire Nation will often do is write down wishes for the spirits in flowing script and provide them with an offering to temples and to shrines as a way of kind of like asking the spirits, in exchange for this offering I bring of fresh fruit, vegetables, or other items of import to the spirits, in exchange I would love a bountiful harvest this year. Many
So
of
that's
those...
what Mako did wrong. He didn't give them any fresh fruit when he made his wish.
So as you look through some of the
That's one of the
scrolls
many
that are
things I did wrong.
scattered on the ground, you find a number of old prayer scrolls. One, clearly, as I said, is from a farmer asking for a good harvest. One is clearly from a young man asking for his unrequited love to become requited. There are a number of other prayers that have been offered and then forgotten and left behind as the temples
Do
fall
any
into
of them
disrepair.
say undo my mistake?
None of them say undo my mistake, because that's such a vague...
That's so vague.
Yeah, who
So
would wish for
vague.
something so vague?
It's frankly
Silly.
Silly. No, none of them say
So
undo
stupid.
my mistake. As you have a bit of a look around though, Shurva, you do spy in the far left-hand corner of the room, because the pagoda doesn't have 4 walls. It's not like a square building. It's a hexagon. So 3 of the walls are painted with these beautiful frescoes. One of the walls has been designated as the entryway. Brandon's camera has failed again right on time at 8 o'clock. One of the... Just, mate, you need to buy one of those battery packs that you can plug into a wall for the love of all that is holy.
I think this adds to it. You know what I mean? Like, I
What do you mean it adds? What does it add?
It's like people are like, oh, it's this time now. It's like
Yeah,
memes
people
on
know.
the
It's
screen.
like
yeah, intermission.
people know how long they've got left, like how they should have in movies.
They're like, how long have I been watching this for? About an hour and a half. Don't
About an hour and a half. As you, and one of the walls is the entryway. One of the walls has been set up to place candles on, and one of the walls is a series of platforms to place offerings to the temple. Because it's a hexagon, so there's 6 sides. As you look through, yes, you're welcome. As you look through the far wall, Shurva, the far left-hand wall from where you've entered in, the wall that was probably once used to to place offerings for the spirits, you can see there is a section for scrolls to be placed. And as you begin sort of peering through, a number of these scrolls are indeed still prayer scrolls, but towards the top there's a number of old faded scrolls that as you pull them out don't seem to be prayer scrolls at all. The dialect is an old form of Fire Nation. You can read it, it just takes a little bit of time. It's like us reading Old English. Not very Old English, which is actually incomprehensible. More like 1700s Shakespearean English. Like comprehensible, but you have to take a hot minute sometimes to be like, what the fuck is this word? And in classic Shakespeare, some of the words are just made up in that moment because there was no appropriate word in the English language. So he's like, well, I'll just invent one then. Problem solved.
Yeah, so it's like, context please. What are you trying to say?
No, don't need it. I'm Shakespeare. I'm going to dictate the future of all.
To understand what just happened.
Yeah, exactly. These appear to be more like accounts, old records kept by the fire priests who probably once tended this shrine. Interestingly, they speak of a time long ago, long before Avatar Roku, Avatar Kyoshi, Avatar Kurok. They actually go back to Avatar Yang Chen, the last air nomad avatar. As you begin peering through them and reading, there appears to be talk of, I would say, reports of problems with bandits, essentially the consolidation of the Fire Nation capital. There appears to be communications about unruly spirits, and interestingly, as it gets to the death of Yang Chen and then the beginning of Avatar Kurok's... No, hang on. Let me just get that open again. I think it would have been Kurok, because it goes air, water, earth, fire. So yes, it would have been Kurok. Yeah, Kurok before Kyoshi. I'm sure that people would have let me know if I was wrong about that, but I got there. As it gets to the beginning of Avatar Kurok's tenure as Avatar, there appears to be discussion of 4 elemental spirits, primal spirits, across each of the nations. The scroll is faded and damaged, and the report is hard to make out, but it seems to discuss the need to tame these spirits, to appease them once again. And that those who did appear to have been blessed with unique forms of bending. And the last entry on this scroll, as you flick through, is an earthbender who has been brought to the Fire Nation to study a rare technique which allows him to melt the rocks from the ground onto that of fire itself. And that's the end of the scrolls as you read them, Shurva.
Hey, Mako, come
Yo.
Rung's gonna get a really cool power, but we're not gonna tell him.
Can I read that real quick?
Yeah, here you go.
Thanks. Wait, so it's not my fault these spirits are here?
I think it's still a little bit your fault. Like, it might be a once every 4 Avatar event, but I'm pretty sure it's still your fault.
Like once every Avatar this
If it was once every 4 avatars, it would have been after the last Firebender Avatar died and before Avatar Yang Chen. But this was after the death of Avatar Yang Chen and before Avatar.
Do you reckon they made a really stupid wish like you did?
Oh, undoubtedly, there's so many people between now and then, someone would have had to. Just mathematically, it had to have happened.
But, okay, they managed to do it. So if they could do it, surely we can do it.
We're cooler.
So there's nothing in the scroll that mentions, locations or where they found these spirits or anything like that could maybe help?
It doesn't seem to specifically go through locations. Annoyingly, the scroll is rather vague, more focusing on an account of the events rather than a play-by-play of what happened and when. I mean, this is almost like the old school historical records from our world, where it was and upon the day of the 4th sun, Lord Napoleon rode out and vanquished many archers upon the fields of Trafalgar, and then he returned. It's not very helpful in terms of actual historical accuracy, but it does mention. I would say that the Earth Nation, because it specifically mentions the fire priests, the fire sages needing to study this earthbender who now appears to have some sort of fire-based power. I would say that it mentions taking him to the northwest for further study onto the Kingdom of the Sun.
Jolly good, that's where we're headed.
Cheerio.
Okay, well, I will take the scroll back from Mako. Are you done with it? Can I, thank you.
Here you go.
And then just, stroll casually back over to Rung, Whistling, Dixie. What do you guys find? What are you guys doing?
Just peeling frescoes off walls, just see if we can find anything else.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot.
So Mako and
hey,
Rung,
what did you guys do?
hang on, there is a whole lot. Hang on. As you peel back the frescoes, while Shurva's reading through this, mate, what the? You peel it back, there's nothing there.
There's a whole like ancient battle between spirits.
Yeah, mate,
and, like,
as you peel back the fresco, Mako using his bone knife, you keeping up the tension evenly across this canvas that's being placed upon the wall. As you pull it back, behind is a tile mosaic that has clearly been covered up. What it shows is a central pool of swirling darkness. Around it, in the four corners, you can see a sky bison surrounded by storm clouds, a nine-tailed fox surrounded by snow and ice, a badger mole with crystals growing from the ground around it, and a dragon wreathed in flame, the light of the sun illuminating from behind it. As you finish peeling this off, you also see on each of the spirits, I would say, in each of the locations, two symbols. Each of them has one that is the same, that spiraling circular pattern that you've seen a couple of times now. And then each of them has a stylized representation of the elements as well. For the dragon, fire; for the badger mole, earth; and so on. As you head to the next canvas, the next wall, and peel off that canvas, you see four people, very crude depictions of them in this tile mosaic, each one with now that shining symbol from each of the spirits, almost like carved in white on their black silhouettes, the white tile mosaic forming these spirits. And they appear to be fighting or using their powers against this swirling darkness in the very center, which is shrinking, shining away from the light. This isn't even my final form!
Maybe there's a whole lot, actually. There seems to be a whole lot here, Shurva.
there seems to be a bit more than we thought, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
there's a whole ass history here.
And then as you head to the third wall and peel the canvas off, you can see emerging from the swirling blackness a light cast in rays of this yellow-white tile. And you can see clearly what looks like a split. On one side, you can see a map of the world as it was then. On the other, an inverted form of it that looks very similar to the Spirit Wilds. And the four figures travelling through into the Spirit Wilds. The path behind them seeming to close.
Okay, so we get our powers, we kill Yavu, then we die. Sounds good.
Well, it's been a long life, guys.
Can we don't know the death part?
We don't know why I'm a middle-aged man.
Shurva, between me and you, shoddy not. Because there's two Fire Nation people here, shoddy not.
You're the reason we're in this mess. What do you mean? I have 6 children in my future.
And 2 canaries.
Who's gonna look after my canaries?
It may not be us. I mean, does Aquila's picture?
But if I don't stay, the wish has been for nothing.
I don't know if you know this, but you cannot have children without the female being there, and I am the female in this equation. Therefore, I have to stick around for at least.
You have 3 batches going
9 months.
You could have all 6 at the same time.
Fuck that.
I will add.
That's very likely.
I will add. The figures clearly do not represent you. For a start, 3 of them appear to be women. 1 of them appears to be a man. Although with the way the silhouettes are formed, it is a little bit hard to tell. It's a little bit more ambiguous, but you can see that there's 1 fire, 1 water, 1 air, 1 earth. And what's interesting is that they, because each of you has appeased one of the spirits, the earth has the fire, but that's the only similarity. The rest all have different. In this depiction, the water appears to have gained the power of air from the spirits. The fire appears to have gained the power of earth. Wait, is that possible? No, I think it's only possible. No, is it possible for them to all have 3 different ones? Yeah, and air has gained the power of... No, wait. Yeah. Hang on a minute. Give me...
You got this? You can think this through? You got this?
I can do this. I might have to write it out.
So right now we've got fire, air, and it could be fire, earth.
Fire, air, earth, fire. Yeah, I think it's okay. And then water has earth. No.
You got this, Dad.
No.
You got this.
Water has fire. I've got this. And
I would be.
there's 2 fires. No, that doesn't make any sense.
Trumpet's figured it out for you.
Okay,
Why
so
am I improvising this?
So if the fire and earth is the only one that's remained, then it's probably gonna be like water has air, air has fire, fire has water.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah, so fire. Yeah. So fire has earth, earth has fire, water has air, air has water. There we go. We got there eventually.
Wait, so that fire person has the 2 like abilities. Oh my. Okay, cool. That like just
Mega
fuck
powerful.
you, I guess. Water against fire, but no.
The female
Now
isn't
I can
home to
use water
stalk
as
or
well.
leave the baby with a neighbor. That took me a hot second to understand that comment, Trumpet. That's hilarious. That's it. Yeah, I neighbor signs for it, and sometimes they're not so careful with the package, obviously. And if it's an Amazon stalk, then I mean the van's not air conditioned, so you got to look out for that shit as well.
Jesus.
No, it's like the shit Amazon workers in the US have to put up with is insane. I learned about this fairly recently, and I was very, very sad for Amazon workers in the US.
Yeah, I've got a friend who's an Amazon worker in the US.
Do you have friends? That's the bit I'm grading against.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm here.
Nah.
That's what you see. So that, like, as Rung goes, no, we didn't find anything useful. You look at these earth-shattering revelations carved into this in a tile mosaic pattern, showing clearly events of the past.
This is clearly showing what the scroll says. So this is the 4 people from the past who have been in the same predicament as us.
It looks very similar to what you just read.
Yeah, I guess I'll explain the scroll to everyone. Okay, so turns out Mako's not the first one to do this.
So there's more idiots.
Yeah.
Yes.
Damn straight.
There's always is in the world. It's just another idiot managed to find a spirit. But these 4 people managed to succeed in calming down the spirits, and like I'm guessing by this mosaic that they then fought some evil and then yeeted out of this world. So that maybe won't happen to us because there's 5 of us.
And
there is a few differences, like we've got different spirit and like elements and stuff like that, but Rung, sounds like you're getting a cool ability, my guy.
As you look at the fresco, Rung, you can see the earthbender clearly sending what looks like molten stone flying at this swirling mass of tentacles. For the rest of you, just because it's fun to describe, the Fire Nation, the Firebender, seems to be sending what looks like flaming meteorites shooting out from the ground around them. These like blasts of essentially flaming meteorites. The Waterbender appears to be essentially freezing the air and creating ice out of condensation in the air, while the Airbender is creating storm clouds above the swirling vortex.
Just looking at like the picture on the thing now, it's like that is so. He's like just like a kid up close to the TV, just looking at it, just like
they're cooler than us.
That is so cool. Oh, that's so cool.
I think
You
they're
only
cool.
think that because you haven't figured out how to use yours properly yet.
Zap. I got
That's still cool.
finger tasers.
I don't know.
Behind them, can we electrify lava? Probably, maybe. That'd be cool.
No.
I mean,
I don't
also
can.
think about it. These guys can't cause kidney stones. This guy can.
No,
Oh, no.
he can't. He
Oh,
can't. No, he can't because kidney stones are not concentrated salt. So nice try.
Just by your pee.
I was getting that from the Discord.
He's the most evil of us all.
Come on.
He causes
Yeah.
kidney stones.
All right, fine. You can but you have to spend 6 days and 6 nights to create like a kidney stone roughly the size of a marble, continuously bending.
Hey, that.
What's? Hang on, wait.
It's like a ritual. He's just
It's a ritual spell in D&D.
What size marble are we talking? Like one of these
That size,
big ones?
yeah, tiny one, normal size marble.
No, these ones, the big one.
That's a normal size, isn't it?
No, that's a normal size.
Okay, a normal-sized one.
Nah, a big
still-
one. Come on.
That's still pretty big. That's
Alright,
still
fine.
I
a
like
big
you
kidney
just
stone.
have marbles at the ready for this. Like,
What,
that's
is
what's
that you?
spitting me out.
He had them prepared.
He's don't.
Oh,
He's being
I
a
have
good
dice
dad. He
prepared.
teaches his kid marbles. It's like, put those phones down. Gonna play
Yeah, that's
I
why they're in
haven't
a
seen-
sealed bag.
I haven't seen marbles in years.
Yeah,
I
well,
think I have a container somewhere.
because of who you are as a person.
Yeah, honestly.
She lost
Okay,
her marbles.
well, this didn't really. Well, it kind of gave us more information. I feel a bit better about where we're headed.
I feel better
based
knowing it's
on-
not my fault.
Blame
Well,
Marco.
No,
it
it's
is
your
still your
fault.
fault.
It's still your fault.
We're not,
It's a
we're not
natural
moving
course that
away
has to
from
happen
that.
every couple of years.
No, it doesn't. There was a catalyst for it. You were that catalyst. Congratulations.
Wait, there was no catalyst last time, so who says it wasn't just going to happen? anyway?
Hang on, you don't know
There
there was no
was.
catalyst last time. You
Yeah,
don't
there
There
probably
would
was a
have been.
catalyst.
We just
There
don't
was
have the
definitely-
records on how it happened.
There was
I've
definitely
I've not
another
written it down. It
entry
didn't happen.
Well, maybe we can ask the dragon spirit who pissed them off last time when we go meet him.
when we go beat him.
Bet.
So we want to head up north west.
Sun City or
Yeah.
Sun?
The Sun Kingdom. Sun Kingdom. I don't know. I don't know
Thanking
where-
them.
But that definitely seems to be where we need to be going. Like, this dragon literally has like a sun ray behind it, and they mention in the scroll that they took the other earthbender to where the sun warriors are. So I feel a lot
Yeah.
better in which way we're going. So we should probably leave and go that way.
We could.
I'm down. I'm kidding. Kick some
Hear us out, we
spirit
could.
booty.
Or
Come some spirit booty and get some cool powers. I'm ready.
What are we talking about? Booty?
Yeah, dragon booty.
Yeah,
Dragon
okay.
booty.
I'm in. I'm in.
Just like that Rung has turned into donkey.
Yeah, pretty much. So, what would you guys like to do?
I think we should head back to Mango and then we can chart our course on the new map. Anyone opposed?
No, we got a rough idea of where we need to go. I think we should get there ASAP.
Yeah, and we'll be able to figure out a much better course with this map because it shows
A little
extra
bit
little
more.
islands.
Small boys.
Yeah.
Average.
Larger than average. Sorry,
I
didn't see the map.
will put the map that I'm looking at in the Discord as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Bitches.
Thanks.
It's just the standard one. I can chuck it in chat.
No, it's I found a different one.
Oh, which one did you
Ooh.
find? Not
Now I
the
gotta
not the big
look.
full one that I've been using.
It doesn't.
No, this one shows extra small, tiny little islands.
Oh, that's nice. Ah, perfect. This is great.
Doesn't
Yeah.
have.
So it doesn't show up as far as where the Sun City
No.
is. So you kind of have to cross-reference them to get an idea, but those two extra little islands up in the north aren't shown on the other map, and those are the ones that I want to chart for.
So this art is by Hadaril. Hadaril? Hadaril.
Hadaril, on DeviantArt.
And they've done a number of maps of the... wow, there must be like a really intense cartographer. They've got some awesome maps of the Fire Nation. They've also got a really good world map as well during the 100-Year War.
Yeah.
I'll chuck a link to their world map just in the Twitch chat, and make sure if you're keen to check it out, go and send them some love, and I'll put it in the description too if anyone wants to access this, because this is awesome. This
Thanks,
is a really
Don't,
good
we're
map.
not your dad.
Thanks, Dad.
What?
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 Thank you.
What?
Yeah, this is awesome.
I was just searching around on the internets and found it, and I thought this
Love
looks
the
sick.
internets.
On the what?
Internet.
Because like even on the world map, it shows like an extra little island before it gets to Boiling Rock.
Yeah.
Which is shown on this more detailed map, but then the more detailed map also shows two other islands further north. Which makes sense based on what we're doing, considering the one that I would have collected would have been a more detailed just Fire Nation map.
So where exactly are we now? Fire Nation, Fire Fountain
Fire
City.
Fountain
Fire
City.
Fountain City.
I found
Yeah.
it. Yep.
Okay. We got a map now, so it's okay. I can look at this.
Yeah. So
What's that?
I've literally got the Fire Nation map that I put in the Discord, is the one that I would have bought.
Okay.
Because it's really centered just around the Fire Nation.
Exactly right. That's exactly right. That's awesome. So, what would you guys like to do?
Are we back at Mango now?
Yeah, I'd say, yeah. You guys head back out of the temple, make your way back to Mango, climb on board. Al feeds Mango the mango tart. Mango is very happy about that. And then you guys take off.
I also eat mango tart.
Perfect.
I eat mango.
Does anyone have...
Disgusting.
Does anyone have like a pencil of any kind or like some charcoal?
I do.
Yeah.
Put him a little coal pencil.
Sweet, thank you.
And,
I use the hand of my whip to the handle of my whip to use as a ruler to chart out our course.
You know, I just have what do I have that can be used?
You have a compass or a protractor?
Yeah.
I have a compass, just the wrong kind. For what you're thinking.
Yeah.
I don't have much.
Okay, so
I travel light.
I think we were gonna go to. Was it Ember Island that we wanted to go to?
So I think your plan was to head basically to the edge of the edge of the Fire Nation. So the way that the Fire Nation sort of main island works is it almost forms this, I guess a massive half moon shape, this massive bay, where Caldera City is located in the middle of the bay towards the center to the west. I think you were going to try and trace the northern edge of that.
Yeah,
Caldera.
I think we wanted to go to the northernmost part of where it says Thinto on it.
Yeah. So can we make it to? So there's Zuwu.
Where is that?
Zhuwu, just underneath Ember Island. Yeah, one of the villages
Yeah, just under
there.
Ember Island.
Yeah.
We have 4 days?
Yep. So a day to get there. A day to go.
So if we go to Zhuwu and then we go kind of straight northwest to that tiny little island, which would be.
Yep.
Probably really close to where Boiling Rock is, but it's not Boiling Rock. And then we should pretty much be able to go from there to Sun City.
That sounds good to me.
Does that sound about right?
That sounds good to me.
Sounds about right.
That would be just less than a day's travel, I think.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. That makes perfect sense. That'd be, you'd be getting there in the evening as the sun falls and the moon rises in the sky, but you could get there.
And then
100%.
we would get there kind of on the last day, the day before the last day. And then, or on the last day?
No,
Yeah,
I
pretty
think
much.
the day before.
You get so you get there the day before. You'd be able to get to the.
We got 4 days, so Zhuwu would be 3 days, and then to that island would be 2 days, and then we would get there on that.
We'll get there on
left.
yeah.
On the evening of the second.
We'll get there on
day.
the second last day. Yeah.
Okay. Oof, that hurt.
Brilliant.
That hurt my head.
Alrighty.
Alright, well that sounds like a plan.
Perfect.
Onwards and upwards.
Yeah, perfect. As you begin making your way across the skies, the land falling beneath you, you can see that there are indeed even more signs of the industrial war machine that is the Fire Nation starting to come to fruition. As you pass by the opening to the large bay that leads towards the Fire Nation capital and Caldera City, you see a number of large ironclads traveling the waterways, moving to and from various cities and towns in the Fire Nation. High above, in the clouds, you avoid attracting any unwanted attention, but you know that these signs can only mean one thing. That war does appear to be on the horizon. As the sun begins to fall, twilight creeps across the lands, Arl begins bringing Mango down a little bit lower, so that it's easier for you to track the coastline and see where you're going. And by the time you see the glittering lights of Zhuwu, the village along the coastline, night has truly fallen. Arl turns around on the back of Mango. Did we want to land in the wilds again and maybe camp out before going anywhere? Did we want to land at the village? Yeah, okay, okay. I can see you all nodding.
Camping.
Yeah.
Camping, then just heading straight out in the morning.
Perfect. Well, let's keep an eye out and see what we can find. Make sure we can find a landing spot. as Al searches the surrounding area. It doesn't take him too long before he spots a place that looks suitable to camp, not too far from the village. And as he lands Mango down in an open field that probably once would have been farmland but has been abandoned for some reason or another, you seek shelter for the night in an overhang of an old, almost like what was probably once an old barn. The two of the walls having fallen in and collapsed, providing you with shelter from the elements, but also a little bit more comfort than you might be useful for your camping. You spend the night clearing any fatigue or conditions you might have gained as you enjoy a full rest, and then set out once again as dawn breaks, eating your rations and then heading out across the ocean. The journey towards the land of the Sun Kingdom is tedious. For most of the journey, you see nothing but open ocean beneath you, occasionally spying creatures that are traveling the air as well. A number of large albatross pigs. Sure, why not? That's not scary.
I was hoping you were going to go like albatross seals or something. Like,
oh, that's way better. Let's go albatross seals. Yeah, let's go albatross seals. That's kind of cool. Or maybe like, actually, do you know what could be cool?
Alba whales.
Sorry, you can't retcon.
No, I can. I can. Yeah, I can.
No, you gotta stick with the pigs.
No, I don't have to.
Please.
I can do whatever I want.
Please, Dad. Please, Dad.
Pelly whales. Oh my god, pelly whales, please.
Pelly whales. Okay, done. We're locking that in. Pelican whales. So they've got like the whale head and like jaw that sort of drops down into, you know how like pelicans have like the big open beaks that can, but like whales have that very like large gullet that's visible all the time. Then they've got like the feathered body of a pelican riding back from that, the long tail of a whale, and then these like big flappy pelican feet. Heli whale, perfect. I love it. That's the best one we've come up with yet, I reckon. Although Catenary was pretty good in terms of. What do you mean you hate it?
I just hate what you turned it into.
I know what you're talking
There
about.
were so many options, and you went for kind of the weirdest.
Always. It's my special skill. It's all I've got left. A few animals that you spy as you approach the, I'd say, midpoint of the journey. You can spy, probably from about an hour or two's flight away, a large column of steam rising as if from the ocean itself. And as Arl brings Mango down to get a better look, you can see this island, alone in the vast ocean, water on all sides stretching out to the horizon, so far that you can almost see the curvature of the world. This central caldera rises up from the sea, a good probably 40 meters or so, but the inside has filled with water again. This column of steam obscuring what looks like a tiny island in the very center of this caldera. No signs of any people, no signs of habitation, but this tiny island's located off the coast of the Earth Kingdom, sort of between the Earth Kingdom and the Fire Nation. You wonder if maybe this might become a strategic outpost in the future.
One day this will become a nice tropical resort.
Yeah. As you leave the boiling rock behind, Fire Nation prison in the time of Aang, and continue your journey, the sun has set once again by the time you spy land. This area to the north is mountainous. The lands probably once carved from ancient volcanoes that have burned their core out long ago, leaving this rocky mountainous terrain, valleys filled with greenery, but hidden from view by these cascading mountains rising as if pushed up from the earth itself. As Arl brings Mango down to land and you again spend the night camping, your night is not interrupted. You have an easy evening. The landscape feels different to the Fire Nation you've just left behind. It feels much more ancient, much older, much less tamed. There's a sense of almost being watched a little bit, as if the land itself is aware of your presence. Not that you're unwelcome, just being observed. When you awaken the next day, the vast kingdom of the sun is open for you to explore. Now that the light has risen, the sun casting a warm glow across the lands, it's going to be a lot easier to find your way and maybe start to look for the kingdom of the sun, the ancient firebenders. my question is, what would you guys like to be doing?
So, like, we don't know which way once we got here, right? We just had to get here.
You just, I mean, you know that you need to find the Sun Kingdom, the Sun Warriors, essentially. And
We
that's
have
pretty
a rough where we're going.
If I was a Sun Warrior, where would I be?
Probably like we can like look to where like the sun is like setting and rising. And go, it's got to be like somewhere in that.
Yeah, somewhere between this.
Yeah, it ends like over there, and it ends up over there. So we just know we're just gonna walk whatever in between that big arc like that, guys.
Oh my god!
It's got
Just
a point.
somewhere between this like area of land that is the area that we're looking at.
100%.
Yep, cool.
Now I did my part. You guys figure out the rest. Put my feet up.
How big is the island?
It's a series of islands. It's one massive island, probably about half the size of
square
the.
meter.
What was that? You want the square meterage of it?
At least a square meter.
It's a wonderful coastal property.
Yeah,
You're
sell me.
looking at about 2 million square feet there. So it's going to set you back a few dollars, a few dollary dues as you make this purchase. But I mean, you're competing.
Silver or
with
gold?
USB power
Platinum.
ports and all the walls. Beautiful.
And some fucking Legends installed LED strips along each of the coastlines. So I mean, you can enjoy that from afar as well. Those RGBs.
RGB.
As you, I mean, Shurva, according to your map, as you look closely, this area is pretty big. There's a series of islands. About 4 or 5 larger islands make up the Kingdom of the Sun Warriors. 1 main island, 3 smaller islands, 2 to the south, 1 to the northeast, and then hundreds of tiny little islands dotting the coasts around the main island. At the moment, you guys have landed on the southernmost island, which is essentially a small islet that connects to one of the satellite islands before you get to the main island. It's a little bit north of the Boiling Rock, not too far, half a day's journey. But if you were to head to the main capital, you'd be flying for another couple of hours, maybe 2 or 3 hours to head to the main island, I should say.
Yeah. Okay. If we wanted to piss off a dragon so it attacked us, how would we go about that? Or just people in general, so we can find people.
Well, shouldn't we more be thinking of like where would you build a city around here?
In the rocks.
Well, yeah, but like,
Or underground?
would you go more inland and
I
be
like
like
the
in the
idea.
center, or would you be more coastal? Like, if you were trying to be hidden, I would say you're trying to not be coastal, right? So
It'd be
you're
more
probably,
inland,
more
yes.
Inland.
But on which
So-
island?
Sun City. You want to be tall and high
Probably
up.
on
right?
like the main island. I guess it depends on how big their civilization is.
Everyone goes to the main
we-
island. Like, that's the one you would go to.
Do we know anything about the Sun Warriors from like any kind of history classes or anything?
Do you want to roll me? I guess this would be.
History check, except it's not that game.
Not a history check. I'd say probably we're looking more at I guess a push your luck. Like, what do you remember from your old lessons?
Or would that be skills and training?
Yeah,
Is
I can see an
training
argument. I can see an
being
argument for
lessons?
skills and training. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they both use focus. Oh no, one uses focus, one uses passion. I have a +2 to both, it doesn't matter. And I got a 4, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Sure. As you try and think.
I rolled
You
2.
rolled the lowest
The
possible.
lowest possible that you could have rolled. As you think back, Shurva, you're just like,
Yes!
no idea.
1 + 1 + 2. Beautiful. Mhm.
Your
Sun
brain
Warriors,
in your
they're
head
made of
goes,
light.
I don't know, man. I'm trying my best here.
You just woke up.
I'm
you asked
just
me these
really
hard
tired.
questions.
It's been a lot of traveling over the last couple of days. My brain's mush.
Cool.
Cool. I like my sun idea. Like, we just see where the sun sets and rises, and we just take, take mango. We just look down.
I can tell you where it's going to
for a
set and
titty.
rise, if that helps.
Yes.
I can also
Pull
do
out
where it's gonna
I
sit and
pull out the
rise. Pull out
compass and go
compass.
over there and over there.
Perfect. You've got the plan now. Let's enact it.
So, what would you guys like to do?
Or we could walk around this island, like, feel like we're being watched here. Maybe
Yeah,
we
because
could
this
fly.
island.
We could rest for like a small amount of time and like let Mango rest, and then we could try flying over and seeing if we can see any light. Like it's a firebending civilization, right? Surely they
They'd have to
fire.
have crops. They'd have to have buildings. They'd have to have fire.
Like we would be able to see some kind of light, maybe.
If from that feeling of like being watched, can I like assess the situation to see whether or not I feel like it's
Yeah, man. Of course you
just
can.
the willies?
No, 100%.
Wigging out.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm actually being watched. I had too much gas, man.
Like how you're the only person who actually took that seriously when Owen was like, "You feel like you're being watched." The rest of us just glossed over.
Just
Yeah,
nothing.
doesn't
nothing
matter
to worry
anyway.
about.
We're all a six.
6. That's a
Don't worry
miss.
about
As
Yeah.
you have a bit of a look around. Yeah, you can't see anything. There's a few. I mean, on all sides, the way Arl's kind of guided you down, you've landed in a small valley between 3 larger mountains that rise up around you. As you look up at the mountains, can't see anyone. Look like they're pretty steep for people to be hiding in. No, you don't think there's anyone watching you.
it. Oh, okay, that's fine.
That's a
Nothing to be
very
worried about
bad
then.
spot to be like camping in.
Could I'll
Well-
scout ahead?
Like on this island, yes.
Yeah, I
I
can.
tried.
He
I
like
tried to
always
assess-
offers. So.
I can look ahead.
I can-
Yeah, I can scout ahead.
Punch
Oh,
us out like a cave in like the cliff face if you guys want. Like, we just,
That's
like,
probably a good idea, so that we're not out in the open when we're sleeping.
Taking
Do you
a
guys
little
wanna-
might take a little
tutorial
bit
nap.
of time, but I could just.
Do you guys want to fly on Mango and I'll like stay within line of sight, but we can like fly in 2 parallel paths and I can check things out ahead?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do
Sorry, I think we have like 3 different things happening right now.
What do you mean? Al says.
So, like, we want to try to have a nap here, right?
No, you've had it. That was the night. This is the morning.
Okay. So then that doesn't. We don't need to.
that. Wait, but we wanted to fly around at night. While
you?
It was dark.
Okay, we'll
Yeah,
rewind.
that's what we were saying.
Yeah, this is why.
We were
This is why I
saying
think there's like
we
many
were gonna have
different.
like a really short rest and just like let Mango like
Okay,
have
gotcha.
a little bit of a rest and then try to fly while it's nighttime, hoping to see some kind of glow
Yeah,
from
gotcha.
lights.
Okay, I get you now.
Yeah, this is why I think there was a bit of
Yes, no, that's fair enough.
communication.
Let's rewind. You have not had your long rest yet. It is still the evening. In that case, then mountains rise above you like shadows cutting through the moonlight.
Okay. So we've had a short amount of rest.
I'd say like a quick sit down for a moment for like what, an hour?
An hour.
Yeah, I would say that's good. Like, give Mango some food, some water, let her rest a little bit, and then we might get Al to scout ahead one way, and we kind of go the other way.
How are we going to
bit.
find each other again?
No, I think Al needs to do the airbending technique to make it easier on Mango.
Yeah.
Al's been doing
it's-
that this whole time.
Okay,
Yeah,
he's
he's
been doing
probably
it-
pretty
oh, wait.
tired.
Was he
You-
doing it the whole
Yeah,
time?
the whole time. The
up
plan
there?
was-
And then, because then he was going to rest
Yeah.
the last. Yep, cool.
Al's pretty tuckered
Sorry,
out at this
I-
point. That was the original plan from last session.
Yeah, okay.
That is...
So let's just stick together, sit on Mako. Not Mako.
Sit on
sit on
Mako.
Mango.
Good on Marco,
just-
say no more.
We're not gonna make it
Say
that far.
less.
We're gonna sit on Mango and just do a little bit of a cruisy flight around, just not far, but like a small little radius, and like kind of head out towards, I guess, the bigger island, and just see if we can see any lights.
See what we can see.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, brilliant. Can I get each of you to roll me and assess the situation as you are all, I'm imagining, on the back of Mango looking out, trying to see what you can see?
Assess the situation.
Really
Maybe
should have
just
bought that
someone can roll.
spyglass.
Six.
Yeah, man.
No,
Five.
I've rolled 3 6s. God damn.
Wow, you guys are not rolling well tonight.
I'm not gonna do this. No.
You're not going to do it.
No, because
4, that's a miss. 5, that's a miss from Shurva.
I have a
All
negative to
me.
creativity, guys. This is not good.
It's all
It's
me,
gone.
baby.
Rung, was
no.
yours a 6?
Yeah, I got 6 again, so I've rolled
Aquila.
3 6s.
8? You're the
Yes.
only one who sees shit.
Can someone roll for Al?
Yeah, what does Al roll?
Al's tuck it out. He's been flying Mango all this time. I reckon.
Very sweepy peepy.
Yeah, I can roll for Al if you like.
Can you give someone a help action then instead?
I can just have him roll if you like. Oh, he can give a help action. Okay, who would be the best person to give a help action to? Rung. That would get Rung into a success. Yeah, okay. Al will. That makes sense as well. Out of all the people, Al would help probably his fellow
He's
detective.
what are you looking over there for? Look over there.
Rung. I don't think they're going to be on the saddle, mate. Look out.
Rung's like, what am I looking for again? Anything, mate. Lights, anything. Do you see an aura?
What?
Hey, I see a light.
Angel
As
on
he
your
points at the
shoulder calling
moon.
you an idiot.
You see Roku? That's not
creepy.
Guys, there's a huge light in the sky. Look, it's like this spherical thing, and it's like light, white, blue. Oh, it's the moon. It's the moon, guys. I found the moon.
Al with his hand on your chin being and down a little bit.
Yeah.
Now it's on the ocean. Oh, God.
There's another one. Reflect it. Oh, wait, it's reflection. As Rung and Aquila look out. For a moment, both of you spot this, I'd say very sudden but brief flash of what looks like orange light far towards the north. Just for a brief moment, and then it's gone. As you peer deeper into the darkness, the mountains below you, partially illuminated enough by the moon rising high in the sky, because we know that the moon is almost full at this stage, right? So there's going to be a lot of moonlight shining down from above. The moon looks like it's 2 days off from being full. As you are 3 days off at this point, because you haven't had the rest yet, so 3 days off being full. The light illuminated, and luckily it's a cloudless sky. The light illuminated shows the mountains falling away before you into these series of valleys, all connected, rivers running through them, lush, fertile lands, partially obscured by forests, jungles, and then that brief flash of flame. With you focusing on where to come from, straining your eyes in the darkness, trying to see, suddenly both of you spy this long gout of fire rising from the ground up towards the sky. Gout, like a pillar of flame rising from the ground. Not like the disease.
Not the medical issue.
No.
So imagine like a flamethrower.
Okay.
Spewing fuel that immediately catches ablaze. This pillar of fire on a slight angle, but firing up and away from what looks like a section of mountainous area, high up, far higher than you think anyone could have climbed. A moment later, as if answering from a nearby mountaintop, another blast of flame, shooting into the night sky. A second later, all of you hear a low growl, rising into a echoing, deafening roar,
Oops.
accompanied by another, this one a little bit higher. And then from another mountaintop, another gout of flame, illuminating the night sky, rising high into the air, this pillar of fire.
Forgot the parts that real dragons still exist.
Yeah. We should probably get down from the air. Hey.
Forgot about that.
As you fly over a section of mountain beneath you, there's this sudden rustling as if scales or leather. And then suddenly, only a few meters away from Mango, this roar deafens you, accompanied by a sudden flash of white, hot orange flame spewing from a cave entrance at the top of the mountain. This long maroon red dragon coiled around this cave that it has carved into the rock, spewing forth this pillar of fire. Mango immediately freaks out and begins twisting and turning in the air, letting out an answering bellowing roar. It takes Al all of his skills to hold Mango.
I don't think it's just Mango.
That's fair. Aquila suddenly has a lot of bending supply for his new acquired skill, as all of you suddenly find yourselves very afraid.
Everyone gets kidney stones.
It takes all of his skills and training to keep. Actually, well, let's have a roll. Let's see. You guys wanted to know if I was rolling stuff? I'll roll for R. Let's do a skills and training. Let's see how it goes.
No, we see.
That's too late for that.
Go for it. I believe in him.
Skills and training. That is a... I believe that's a focus. Yeah, alright, let's roll with focus. Let's see if it comes up. That's a success. Just 7. It takes all of our skill to keep Mango from essentially shaking you free of the saddle. This sudden flash of flame has Mango thoroughly spooked, and Arl immediately begins lowering Mango, heading down towards the valleys where you had been safe before. As you cling onto the back, the saddle begins twisting and turning as Mango tries desperately to get away from this dragon. The moonlight illuminates a sudden flash of flame behind you, and you watch as this long, sinuous shape rises from the mountaintop and begins diving down towards you. That is where we're going to finish for tonight, because I love ending on a bit of a cliffhanger. Well,
we forgot something very important, like...
Forgot the dragons aren't all dead yet.
Yeah.
And they lit the beacons of Gondor, where...
Yeah.
Next episode. Welcome back, Dave. We're running from a dragon.
Yeah, we're playing D&D.
Basically. Danger and dragons. So thank you everybody for joining us tonight. It has been wonderful having you back. If you are watching this on Twitch, stick around. We're going to go raid a lovely channel. If you're watching this recorded on YouTube or on the podcast, please consider chucking a follow, like, subscribe, any one of those options that's available on that platform. If you're watching on YouTube, we'd really appreciate the subscribe. We're only about, I think, like 75 away from hitting that 1,000 needed for YouTube partner. So that would be amazing if you could help us get across the line. That's very, very exciting. It opens up the door for me to be able to do this a bit more, let me say, spend a bit more time doing stuff. And one of the big projects that I'm working on in the near future is having essentially a module that you can use to run any of your D&D games in Nostea, the homebrew world that we use for Tyranny of Dragons, that we're using for Return of the Giants. So I will have that as a publishable thing in the future. So if you help us get across that 1,000, you're helping me make that come true even quicker. But from all of us here tonight, thank you so much. Stay safe, stay well, and we will see you all again really soon. Until then, though, everybody, goodbye. Goodbye!
Bye! Bye!